All right, that's pretty much it, Tommy. How you feel?
Good.
Coach Riley said it was on the radio show that if you guys played this past Saturday, you may not have been able to play. Would you have played a game on Saturday if you guys had a game this past weekend?
Probably not, honestly. I was kind of banged up a little bit, but got a lot of treatment this past week, and I know I had 3 or 4 days off, but I was in the treatment room the whole time, just make sure I got better. But feeling good now, ready to go. Practiced yesterday. Got a chance to get out there with those guys and just get to work and make sure this past off week we had, I was taking as much mental notes as I could and just making sure that it helped out each player that got in there.
Was it against Illinois that you got hurt? Was it a certain play, or did you just wake up and said, "Oh boy, this is"?
It was actually on that horse collar.
The horse collar tackle?
Yeah, but like I said before, I kind of fought through that game. But this bye week helped me a lot by just being able to get a lot of rest and get a lot of rehab. So like I said, I'm ready to go. But I'm glad we had that off week. Not for myself, but just for the team in general. A lot of guys was banged up and needed that rest. So I think we're ready to go.
Tommy, the polls came out today. You're ranked 9th in the coaches poll and 10th in the AP poll. What's that mean for this team to be in a top 10 team?
It means a lot, but only way we can get better is winning games. So we just like we said before, we're gonna take each game like it's an important game because that's the only way we can get some respect and honestly just get our team out there to make playoffs. So we just want to just keep winning, treat every game like it's a big game, and take it a week at a time, and it's all gonna fall in place for itself. We just, like I said before, last year we had a lot of things that we could have fixed, but I think this year we took it on the right way in the off season, and it's showing. This team's really hungry for success this year, and me and Jordan kind of laughed about it, but we think we have the same amount of in the 5 games we didn't play. We didn't won as many games as we did last year, so we're looking forward to the second half of the season. It's going to be a tough one. Got a lot of road games, a lot of tough road games, but we're focused on Indiana right now. Definitely a great team. Just gave Ohio State a fight. Beat Michigan State a couple weeks ago. Just got to make sure we go in there as prepared as we can. And this is going to be a tough game, tough fought battle. But we just got to make sure we game plan the right way. I think we took this off season of preparing and making sure that we had everybody healthy enough to get out there and make plays. So I'm looking forward to it.
You're around Jordan obviously a lot. I mean, is he doing much, or does he just have to kind of rest and kind of take it easy on that back?
He's resting, but he's moving around a little bit now. Just being able to move a little bit more this past week. He's rehabbing as much as he can. Mark and Drew and those guys are taking care of him. I see him every day when I'm in rehab. So he's doing the right thing, taking the right steps of getting back. I know he doesn't like missing practice. He doesn't like sitting out, things like that. But he's taking it the right way. He's been smart about it, and with something that deals with the back, you just got to be careful, definitely. With the kind of injury that he had, he just got to make sure that he take care of himself. Just know that his team's going to be okay. Like I told him before, we just got to make sure that we do our job and we prepare as much as we can, because that's what a long season. In the Big Ten, you just got to make sure that as a team you be prepared for anything. A guy like Jordan goes down, we got guys that step up and make plays. Pelzer and those guys are ready to get in there and make plays. So I think he's coaching those guys up well. Definitely being on the sideline and just make sure those guys are prepared. Definitely in practice.
What impresses you about Indiana's defense?
They're physical. They're fast. One thing that I saw that they did well versus Ohio State and Michigan State was they forced turnovers. And they capitalize on some of them, and we just got to take care of the football. 42 is a great player. I think he's actually, I want to say, a freshman or a sophomore, one of those. He's one of their great guys on the defense. We got to make sure that we key in on him and make sure that we run the ball hard. And if we do that, we can do anything. We just got to make sure we play our ball, play physical, play smart. We just got to take care of the football. Those guys are, they got a lot of confidence. Their record doesn't do them any justice because they played two great teams. Definitely Ohio State gave them a run for their money. Definitely at home. We know that we're going to be in Indiana, and those guys are going to have a great atmosphere. Coming off of a win versus Michigan State 2 weeks ago, we just got to make sure that we prepare the right way. Those guys are going to give us a run for our money, but like I said before, we take care of the ball. We limit turnovers and things like that, and our defense get us stops like we want them to. Then we can do anything, and we're looking in there to get a W.
Hey, what do you like about Brandon Riley in the slot? Jordan can't go.
Honestly, those guys in the offseason, Coach Dub always told them, make sure you guys learn every position so those guys can play anywhere. Staying and Alonzo being back and Brandon being able to get in there in the slot and things like that. We just got to make sure that, we're prepared for that. I think we were. Those guys can switch from outside, inside receiver, and that actually gives us more ammunition on our offense of being able to have those wideouts, know each and every position and know exactly what they need to do. DP himself, getting over that hill of being able to go out there and play and trusting his knee to do him well. And I think that being able to have those guys switch in and out, it's going to help us a lot. Definitely this week not having Jordan.
Having gone through it a few years now, how would you describe the grind of the Big Ten season, just this league, and how physical it is by the time you get to November?
It's tough, but at the same time, I've been here for so long that I understand it. Like I said, if you got any bumps and bruises, you need to report it to Mark and Drew and just make sure you treat your body well, because it's tough. And then it doesn't help when it gets cold. So, that's one of the things that you just got to be prepared for. Definitely this second half for us, having to play a road game in Wisconsin and Ohio State, then turn around and go to Iowa. Those are 3 tough tests we're going to have on the road, definitely going to Indiana as well. Those guys are ready for us. They're going to prepare for us. We just got to make sure that if we want to get where we want to go, we have to win these tough games. And, in the Big Ten, that's how it is. Every game's tough. You just got to make sure that you grind it out. And I think our coaches are doing a great job, definitely after games, of coming in on Sundays, of, lifting kind of heavy, but putting us through kind of a grind, even though our body's kind of sore, of getting us prepared for that, those long weeks of, being on the road and playing late-night games, getting back at 2, 3 in the morning, and just being able to just say, hey, I'm sore, but it's the difference between playing hurt and injured. You got some bumps and bruises, but you just got to fight it out and know that you're going to be okay.
You've probably seen this stat that's been repeated a lot around here about 78-6 in the fourth quarter. You've outscored teams. I mean, is some of that connect to conditioning? Do you give some of that credit to when Mark Phillip and those guys got done with you before the season even began?
Yeah, I think that's one of the parts that play a huge role in it. But at the same time, we knew what we had to work on in the off season, and that was finishing games. I think having that as an emphasis of our work ethics throughout the off season was huge. It played a big role in how well we prepared this off season, spring ball and fall camp, and summer conditioning. So. We knew exactly what we needed to focus on throughout the season because of how poorly we did in the fourth quarter of last year. We made sure that we took it the right way of preparing for it, knowing that we need to play every quarter like it's the fourth quarter. And I think that when you look at the way we score points in the fourth quarter, it just shows that those guys, not only myself, but those guys up front, those guys out wide, they work their tails off to get in the end zone, and we don't know how close the game may be, so we got to make sure that going to that fourth quarter we have the same attitude that we had in the first three.
Anything else for Tommy?
We have one last one. It was kind of the not quite halftime of your season, but how would you evaluate your play through the first 5 games? How do you feel it went?
I think I've done my job. That's all I want to do is do my job. I don't really evaluate myself, but I go out each and every week, do my job, do as much as I can to prepare my team to win games. Coach Langs has a high demand for quarterbacks to go out there and just make smart decisions. If things aren't there, throw the ball away. If you can make plays with your feet, do that. But as far as right now, those first 5 games, I've done an incredible job putting my team in the right position to win. But at the same time, there's always room for improvement. So I just want to, like I said before, get out there and do what I can to improve this team. We're gonna have tough games ahead, but you're only as strong as your quarterback. So there's a lot of people say that if you have a tough quarterback, you have a tough team. So I want to be a tough SOB and just want to have those guys follow me and get out there, and no matter what, I want to let those guys know I'm gonna work my tail off to win games for them.